lose in your fantasy league. We got that blue and orange blood that you bleed. The most loyal fans there ever could be. We are that Mile High Broncos country.
The Denver Broncos select Orange Weekly. Fans, brews, and Broncos news. Oh my gosh, Broncos country. Can you believe what's going on? Broncos are up 21-10 right now, killing off the clock to end the first half here. I missed that interception because I was getting the show ready for you guys. Leave it to my surprise to pull up the video again and see that we had gotten the ball back after the Chargers were driving there, and that was a huge drive for them. Guys, the Broncos are 1/2 away from the playoffs. They are 1/2 away. Jared and David are here to join me. Guys, I missed that interception. I was getting the show ready, and I looked at my phone, and I was like, what? I missed it.
Well, you missed a big one. Chris Abrams-Jane, the rookie, filling in for Moss. Just absolutely amazing jump on the play. Thrown a little bit behind, which I think in general you've seen today from their quarterback. You've seen him kind of throw behind him a little bit. Chris Abrams-James jumps it, gets the interception to end the half. Really, just an amazing play from the defense, and we know that our defense can make adjustments after long drives. But let's talk about this offense. One punt the entire first half, 21 points, driving for 3 drives in a row, one punt in the first half. Just amazing. Love it.
I'm surprised. I mean, we've seen a running game. First off, David, I seriously thought you were kidding when you made that comment. If you guys haven't seen on Sean Payton's play sheet, it says run it. But it's working. It's working.
Yeah, they have been doing a really effective job at mixing the run and the pass. It feels like they've kind of, whenever they really wanted to run the ball tonight, they could do it. And that I would just take like being able to run it, a little bit better than we ran it last week, right? And me, the guy who kept saying all week, our run game is what it is for the rest of the season. Maybe not, boys. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Oh.
You got that handy. I love it.
I'm sorry. We were hating on Javonte. We were hating on the running back room. I got to give credit to the running back room. Estime brings it in. Both Estime and Javonte have big yards, and even the rookie coming up from the practice squad having some yards in that first couple drives. We didn't, again, here at Orange Weekly, we did not expect that. We did not expect them to play all 3 of them and for him to get touches in the first half. Like, even when he came in, that first play he was in, we were like, okay, it didn't go to him. Next play it did. And they're giving him the chances. They're getting the yards. We're controlling the clock. We're controlling the game. It is nice to see. And with us being a second half team, I have no doubt that we're going to be back on at the end of this game. All of Orange Weekly here to just celebrate the win and celebrate our postseason possibilities.
Yeah.
So really quickly, it looks like the Chargers are going to get one free play here at the end of the half. We interfered with a fair catch on the punt.
We did. That happened. Yep. That happened.
So
I'm not gonna lie. I stopped watching it coming here to talk about it after that.
Me too. I just have it out just to have it.
We're ready to do this.
But let's look at these stats. Bo Nix, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 15 for 21, 147 yards, as well as 25 rushing yards to include that huge 3rd and 9 conversion. You look at a guy, we haven't really seen him run the ball much in recent weeks, but knowing that the Chargers are not good at defending the running quarterbacks, Bo Nix is taking a very strategic advantage of that. He's not just running willy-nilly, but when he is running, he's getting major yardage there and really keeping this offense alive.
Well, and brilliant play calling from Sean Payton on that rollout. He rolled him out. He was going to have two wide receiver options out there. They ended up pinching off the defense, and he had 10 yards to run for. He took 11, and it was absolutely beautiful. Just a great play call, great call to read by Bo Nix to run it out of bounds after picking up the first down. The 3rd and 9, just a great. I mean, he's stuck in the pocket. He was looking downfield. He was looking downfield. Didn't see something, took off, gets the first down on a 3rd and 9, which is huge when you're talking about 3rd and long. I just, you can't say much more about the team that we have here and what they're playing for. And man, I'm just I'm feeling good. I don't want to get too high. We still have a whole second half to play, but the pick from Abrams Jane at the end of that, it just really got me excited for the rest of this game and seeing what we could do. One punt for all of our, well, I guess 2 punts if you count this last one, but
yeah. And it looks like the Chargers might be lining up to try a 70-yard-ish field goal. And so that could be interesting to watch. But yeah, we talk about Sean Payton in his bag tonight. You're right. We're blending those quarterback runs really well with designed runs to our running backs, and they're sprinkling in the pass plays at exactly the right times. It feels like this is a really good pass defense, guys. And I understand their secondary is torn up right now. And you've also got kind of Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Now, of course, Joey Bosa has a sack tonight, just as they're talking up how bad he is. And the Chargers line up to kick it. It's Chargers in an interesting formation. They're ready to defend a run.
Yeah, it looks like a kick.
Exactly.
Looks like a kickoff.
Yeah. But apparently this is.
Oh, they made it.
Stop. Made it. Oh my God! How far behind am I? Oh, it's only a 57-yard kick. Oh, that's not.
And because of the way they lined up, we didn't line up anybody on the line. Nobody was pressuring him, so it was like a kickoff. He made it with plenty.
Yeah, no,
they lined up that way, so we had nobody rushing. I don't know why we didn't send anybody.
Yeah, well, it was I don't know why they thought. I thought 57 yards. I thought it was farther away than that. I'm
based off? Confused. Are we allowed to line up however we want, or do we have to line up based off how their offense?
You're allowed to have a certain amount of people on the defensive line, no matter how many they have. I mean, they have people on the line lined up across. You're allowed to have as many people. We could have literally sent up 2 people on the offensive line, just sent them to them. This goes back to the Indianapolis crazy stupid play where they lined up nobody and they just ended up sacking them. We should have sent somebody on the line to send them through, but I think it was just something that we've never seen before. So we lined up in kick return.
I don't know. That's a big penalty, though, guys. That ended up being kind of a weird end of half penalty sequence for the Broncos there. So yeah, I wish that was navigated a little better because that was a 3-point swing, and I'm sure Sean Payton's going to be pissed at himself about that. But the best remedy for that, if you're Sean Payton, is to go out at the end of the second half and score a touchdown, right? Let's take care of business. Let's do what we've been doing all night to this Chargers defense. Let's run the ball all over them and punch it in a second time, double up the score on them, more than double up the score. And, what's the status of Gus Edwards, guys? I know he went out with an injury. If he's down for the rest of the game, that makes this Chargers offense all the more one-dimensional. And now you've got, if you go and score this touchdown at the beginning of the half, you're up 15 points. So I think your game script for the Broncos is right where you want it to be, right?
With everything that's working the way it is, and they're being smart with the football. That's the biggest thing. We're not taking any dumb chances. So, you look into what we need to do in the second half, there's nothing to change, at least on the offensive side of the ball. You run the ball, you be smart with the ball. As Bo Nix just keeps, they're going to have to defend him against the run more. If they don't, I didn't really see, do they have a spy on Bo? Because those 2 times he took off, there was no one even close to him.
No. And if you do keep Bo running and keep this run game going, man, it's going to open up opportunities down the field for you as well on play action shots. Which are all the more favorable if you're getting into 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2. because you got 8 yards rushing on first down.
Yes.
So yeah, there's more in this game that they can access, I think, on offense because of the way that they've been playing in the first half.
Yep.
Yeah, I got nothing on Gus Edwards. Don't know. He didn't go to the into the locker room. He was just on the sideline. He was on the sideline with his helmet on his side, so it looks like he might come back in the second half. Doesn't look like they're looking him any further. But either way, I think the Denver Broncos defense is just stopping the run, just like every other defense has done against the Chargers. And Chris Abrams-Jane with that interception, I don't think it's. I need to signify the importance of that interception from that rookie. Justin Herbert has thrown 2 interceptions all year.
Yeah.
2 interceptions. It is now 3. And he is one of them. He is one of a very few amount of people who have picked off Justin Herbert this year. So good on him. I'm glad that he was able to do that and get into the position to do that. Just amazing job by the defense. And again, we are a second half defense. We're going to adjust to anything that we've been seeing. We have been blitzing a lot. We've been sending a lot of pressure, and Justin Herbert's been pulling out the stops. He's been finding the blitzes and throwing to where he needs to throw, where he knows the open man's going to be. So I see us adjusting a little bit in the second half to be able to maybe just go back to our base defense. Let our guys rush. Let Nick Bonito be the edge rusher and drop the rest. Like, let us send 4, drop the rest, and see if we can get pressure on Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I completely agree with you, and I think maybe they saw how they self-scouted a little bit. And we talked about it on pregame, Jared, about how the Buccaneers were really able to get pressure on Justin Herbert up the middle by sending a linebacker a lot. And that's really what the Broncos have been doing too. These plays where Ladd McConkey is getting loose on us on these crossing routes. There's just nobody in that zone because the linebacker's blitzing. So I think maybe the Chargers did a little self-scout there and said, this Broncos team loves to do that anyway. And so let's maybe take advantage of that. And so, yeah, I agree with you, Jared. Just get kind of back to what you do. Let your linebackers keep playing in space as opposed to blitzing them, and let you try and let your front 4 get after it a little more.
Yep. Now, Jeremy here, you guys feel confident on this game. There's a lot of football to be played. Anything could go on, and I'm not gonna celebrate. I'm not gonna pop the champagne bottle until the fat lady sings. Until that clock is 0. However, the way they're playing, yeah, I'm confident if they continue playing this way, I don't see how the Chargers, especially if Edwards is out with the struggles they're having on the running game in general. Just knowing that Herbert is injured, he can't. You saw him on that one little run he had, right? That little QB, and it looked like his knee hurt. He was like, "Ow." He is not willing to really push it. Yeah. Look, the things that the Broncos need to have going for them are going for them. They're smart. They're having, I can just say it again. The play calling has been fantastic. There's been no shying away from the run game. It doesn't matter that it has been what it was in the past. Sean Payton said, "We are running down your throat. You had better be ready for it." And I don't think they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling more confident in this game than I did on Sunday, and we saw how that turned out for us. So ultimately, I do think that the defense is going to be able to step up and to be able to stop what they need to, and the offense. Just the fact that our offense is rolling in this first half. I mean, all of us at the pregame podcast, David, me, you, and Spotty all called this game to be a slow burner. Yeah. A Thursday night with not a lot, and I think they're at. I think they're exactly at. I said 26-13 or 26-16. So unless there's only 2 field goals left in this game, my score prediction shot. And I'm just happy that our offense is getting rolling the way that it has. And to Spotty's credit, run the ball. And the fact that we're doing that is just amazing.
But let's talk about this point, because Bo Nix has been playing really, really well. And for the most part, doing the things he likes to do. Right. He likes to take those kind of intermediate chunk plays. He likes to throw short and behind the line of scrimmage. They're doing both of those things tonight. And I think, how much of that do you guys attribute to it? This run game is finally getting going again. And that's helping the QB bounce back from what, we all agreed was his worst week since the very beginning of the season last week.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 pieces of that. One of them being that this secondary is probably the most banged up secondary in the NFL, including one of their corners going back out. Cam Ward ended up going back out at the beginning of the game. So, yeah, they have a beat up secondary. So that's one of it. Yeah, and we're getting the run game going, and we're getting the swing passes going. Let's not forget to give the credit to Marvin Mims for that amazing run on the swing pass up the sidelines. And ultimately what we're end up doing is we're just playing a good game all around. The offense is just swinging at all edges. 4 running backs with Marvin Mims, one of them, and Bo Nix 5, if you really want to count it, getting touches and getting runs and just establishing the run game and being able to pass it after the fact is just what we wanted to see from the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Dylan. Do I have time to change my prediction? I said 20 to 13.
20-13.
Unfortunately not. He wants to change 38-23. You know what? I'll give you a consolation prize, a big shout out if that's the final score there, Dylan. Yeah. I like the energy though. And Neil, like we've talked about before. Oh, go for it.
Oh no, Dylan, if it helps, my score prediction of 18-16 is also out of the water at this point. So.
Look, we've said it before. We're a second half team. You know, this team, they're feeling it, right? You know, in the locker room, they see it, right? They feel the energy. They feel the momentum. They know the game's not over. They're not in there celebrating like the Falcons were in their Super Bowl. But again, like they know what their skills are. They know they're a second half team. Getting the ball back at the start of the half, it just worked out perfectly for us. Because if we could end up going 28-13 right now, you know, that would just you're really going to start to force the Chargers. I think, David, you said it earlier. Maybe it was Jared. You're really going to have to start forcing the Chargers to throw it more and take more chances. And when you take more chances against our defense, you're just asking for more turnovers. You're just begging for more turnovers.
It's crazy. So we haven't sacked Justin Herbert yet, right? And we said it in the pregame podcast: 3, 4, 4, and 5 is his sack totals on the last 4 games. But we have a pick, which is, again, he's only thrown 2 all season. So it's kind of a weird game, but our defense is doing what they need to do. I do expect a couple sacks in the second half. I think we're going to throw him off his game. I think we already have. I think he's trying to get the ball out as soon as he possibly can.
I think exactly right. Yeah.
And it's working. Loud McConkey is getting open, unfortunately. And I think he's the weird part is like, you see these big plays. It's all on zone. Like, you do not see these big plays. The interception was in a man coverage. So I think you see us going back to man coverage in the second half, not ditching the zone, just play man to man. Let's see can your guys beat our guys? I don't think so. Let's play it. Let's go man-to-man, 4 rushers. Let's get the pressure. Nick Bonito gets his next sack and leads the league in sacks. That's my prediction for the second half.
And, man, I got to tell you, on that Abrams drain pick, too, like I watched, they showed the end zone angle of it finally from behind Justin Herbert. Like, the ball it felt like the receiver was open when he threw the ball. And Abrams drain made an absolutely fantastic adjustment in man coverage, like you said, Jared, and just took it. And maybe it was just a little bit behind him, but the way that the angle was being run, the route was being run, that was a good ball by Justin Herbert, and it was just a better play by Chris Abrams-Drain.
It was just great coverage, coverage by Chris Abrams-Drain, and I think that he's another rookie that we're kind of underappreciated because he's been on the practice squad and back and forth. He wasn't a starter, but talking about a guy that stepped up in the absence of Moss and the lack of production by Levi Wallace in that one game. Yeah. Just stepping up to play the game and come out here in this defense and just make plays. Just absolutely hats off to him, man.
Hey guys, really quickly before the game gets back and we start doing some closing thoughts and everything, if this game continues going the way it is, and that's an if, because I'm not going to, you can't say I jinxed it. We will be live at the end of the game to celebrate what that means. Right. So, as soon as this game's over, you guys come back here, join us. These bottles, Jared and I didn't even discuss this beforehand. These bottles have been saved. The Breckenridge Distillery Broncos blend. Oh, I'm not ready yet. But as soon as that game's over and we're here celebrating, it's opening, guys. It's opening.
That seal is being opened. We want to open it with you guys because we're just so excited for the first time in 8 years. There's a possibility that this happens tonight. It's just going to be a great time. So join us here after the game. Let's talk about how that went. Let's talk about playoff hopes and predictions and where we're going. But we still have a whole second half to play, gentlemen. The Chargers are not a team to sleep on ever. And there's a chance that this game goes differently. But we get the ball starting the second half. looks like they're getting ready to come back. Let's do some closing thoughts.
Yeah, quickly for me, be smart. Be smart with the football. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Keep doing what you've been doing. Just stay balanced, keep running the football well, keep making things happen off the run, and get out of here.
Yeah, I think run the ball is kind of our my mantra today, and I'm going to shout out to Spotty because he's been saying it for I don't know what week are we in, 16 weeks. So run the ball, keep the clock going, long drives. Let's get this ball and let's finish this game out and finish Thursday night out, get a long week into Christmas and have a happy and merry holidays. Like, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, guys, get ready for the second half. Hopefully we will see you here at the end of the game. Get ready for it, guys. I have nothing left to say, boys, other than to end this, as we always do, on a very strong Go Broncos!
Broncos!
Let's get it done.